This is my Nikon P1000 setup. I've got a really sturdy tripod with the 502 fluid head because I had a cheaper Valbon tripod and it didn't do too well with the wind and the stability once zoomed at 3000 mil, so I had to sort of overcome the problem. I had the 293 Manfrotto telephoto support mount for my old one. It didn't quite cut it, so I upgraded to the Manfrotto 536, which is a very expensive tripod, but I managed to get it quite cheap, so didn't really go deep into the pocket too much. So I got that second hand, the 502 fluid head as well, which again wasn't too expensive. So all in all, I like to think that investing in a good tripod and fluid head would have really made the difference on a windy day when filming birds at 3000 mil. What you might see that looks a little bit funny is I actually bought tyre weights on Amazon to just help weigh down the front when zoomed out completely with the wind, which has helped a little bit. I mean, I think it's down to very minute details to try and get the camera so steady on a windy day when filming wildlife. So also what I am going to do is buy a kid's beanbag toy to put on to the lens just to help weigh it down, because the support fluid head is more than capable of just sort of keeping everything stable once I've added the extra weight on top, just to keep it down in the wind. It's quite a bulky tripod, but I like it, and it's heavy duty. It's got the ball head on it, so I can level it whenever and where I am on the cliffs filming peregrines. With the underneath support for the plate, I used a bit of foam out from the P1000 Nikon box that was packaging the camera. Really happy with the camera. You know, I'm just sort of going into amateur filming now. I used to have and do photography full time. Had Nikon D4 500mm lenses and all of those expensive toys. But now this is just a little bit of a hobby to film wildlife, filming what sort of peregrines. So yeah, it hasn't really cost me a lot to get something that can zoom in on wildlife at a good distance. I'm quite thankful that the P1000 can do that. So yeah, ever so smooth. Just very smooth compared to a normal tripod. Really happy with that. And if I turn the front dial, because once you're zoomed in at actually 3000 mil trying to film wildlife, if you're zoomed in so much that any minute detail can be knock the camera way off. So once I've zoomed in on a peregrine falcon at 3000 mil, I only want those small changes to recompose the image, so that at its sort of stiffest setting gives me very small movements in the camera, which is why I've set it up to not be so loose. And yeah, it's actually really well balanced camera once I've played around with it on the tripod. I've got the video mic go with the dead cat just to, again, on the cliffs, not make it so windy, because it's literally down to the wind, which is what this camera setup is all about, really. It's yeah, I need a steady tripod and a dead cat with everything I can to weigh the lens down. I mean, this looks silly as anything really, but it helps, and that's what it's more about, being practical, filming wildlife on the cliffs. So looking forward to going out, trying it, see how I get on, especially with the beanbag once that's cupped down, just to stop any more shake. Really impressed with it. and really excited to get out using it. Hope you enjoyed the video.